So will the YouTube chat come up on my screen?
Hello, everybody. You should be able to see the comments.
Okay, if not, I can go. I can watch the live on my phone.
If not, then I can relay it all. Anybody, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if I can't see it, I can just check it on my phone. I can just watch the live as it's going on my phone.
Okie dokie, but we are live now.
Okay, cool. Hello.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Fantasy Geckos. Reggie's Reptiles. Leslie's Eight-Legged Devils. Hi, Anton. Harry and the Pets. Hi, mate. Hi, Dakota. Hi, Max. Who else is around? Hi, Russell. Hi, Lexi. My God.
Oh, so my boiler's actually only just been fixed, like an hour ago. I still don't have hot water, but I finally got heating. So for the past 2 days, I've been like under 2 blankets at all times. And now I've got 1 blanket on and I'm so warm because my heating's finally just come back on to warm my house up.
I've been in my t-shirt for the last 2-3 days.
Oh, well, I mean, my house is literally usually toasty enough for me to walk around in pajama shorts and a top if I want, but not while the heating's not on. I don't have a cold house, and it's been like it living in the Antarctic.
Hi, Spider Mom. Hi, Northern Exotics. Big T, Tony's Tarantulas. Hi, mate.
Hi, Northern Exotics.
Oh, let me turn it down.
There is going to be some X-rated talk, probably a bit later on, to say the least. So I will give you like pre-warning. So if you are under the age of 18, you will have to leave, unfortunately, because as the night progresses, it will get a bit X-rated.
Yeah, got a couple of questions for. Oh God, I've just written it down.
Are they just clip-on dreadlocks?
Pardon?
Are they just clip-on dreads?
No, so they're like
the wool extensions.
They're like extensions, and I've got to plait them into my hair. And these clear elastics that I've got for the blonde side, so you can't see the elastics, keep snapping on me. And it's the most stressful thing because I just get the elastic on and then it snaps and I've got to redo the whole thing. I've been at it for 3 hours currently.
Hi, Dale. Hi, Fangs. That's Tony says, I'm not your kid's role model, swearing ahead. Tony, it's going to be worse than swearing, mate.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I mean, I'm gonna keep all as many of the terms as PG as possible, just for obviously monetary purposes. But yeah, it's a little bit worse than swearing. I probably won't even need to swear the whole time.
No. Oh, Northern Exotic says Scott needs them instead of the tash, the dreads.
Oh, mate, my dreads. I've got a couple spare if you want me to send them, yeah.
10 years ago, my hair was literally just mid of my back.
Oh, well, like about 6 months ago, I shaved my head, like completely shaved it all off. And it was simply for the fact I'd never shaved it off before. And so in 5 years' time, I could never say, do you know what? I shaved my head 5 years ago and now I can. And then my nieces played a game, and every time they saw me while my hair was growing, they'd both try and guess how long it had grown in between the time they'd seen me.
Hi, Lizzie. Hi, Harry and the Pats. Oh, Lizzie, how's your T Celedonia? Mine's doing sound. I've not seen it munch, although I've seen a couple of flies disappear, so it obviously must be munching away, but it's up here, quite happy. Dale says we need a drunk Richard night.
Oh, I've got my glass of wine. I've seen him drinking on here occasionally, so I thought I'd make sure
I don't drink, but I just take the piss out of whoever does drink. The last one was Northern
I guess that's me this week.
and he was fucking hammered.
Oh no, I've only got one bottle. Don't worry, it would never get that much after one bottle.
But in his book blog, hi Andrew, shaved my beard and now look like fucking Judge Bill.
Oh.
How do you prefer to be known?
Me?
Yep.
Well, I mean, my name's Abigail, so you can call me Abigail. That's fine. Or I mean, any of my handles. So I've got two. I've got obviously my YouTube channel, and then like my not safe for work kind of handle, which is kind of kept different. But what obviously my YouTube one is 0161 Exotics, and that's the same on YouTube, Instagram, and I think there's a Twitter out there somewhere that I made and I just don't use. And then the other one would be Bratty_little_machine, and that's for everything: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. No, not YouTube. Twitter, and
is that the over 18 side of it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the accountancy page.
Northern Exotic says he'll check it out. Tony's Tarantulas. He's from Birmingham, so he's already on the wind up. 0161 0121 till the day man dies. Big up. Hey, Peter Webster's in the house. Hi, Peter Webster.
I have got the chat on my phone here, but it's a little bit delayed, so I'm trying to keep up with everything.
Unfortunately, yeah. That's what. Oh God, here we go. That's what I've got on here is my phone, because the chat on the actual
on this streaming thing, it's not coming up.
Is absolutely appalling.
Yeah.
But it's also delayed on the phone as well. So
yeah, well, yeah, exactly. So I'm trying to keep up as best as I can, but yeah.
So
hi guys, I can see you all saying hi.
So to everybody down in the chat, do apologise if the answers to questions are a little bit delayed, but you guys know what the score is anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark, the spider guy's in the house. Hi, Mark. So before we go any further, could one of the moderators please drop into the comments 0161 Exotics YouTube channel, just so people can pop over and go and subscribe.
There's not loads on there at the moment.
Absolutely awesome.
I'm waiting for my new Mac to arrive. I bought myself a MacBook and it arrived, and a week later it broke. So I'm waiting for my replacement to arrive. I'm going to see if I can get my chameleon out. So I'm just going to pop off for a second and see if I can grab my chameleon.
Oh, brilliant! I'll put you as a big screen once you got the chameleon out.
He's just come out of shed, so he is a little bit grumpy. So I'm going to apologise for that.
Yeah, I was running a bit late today, buddy, because my car has got issues, big issues. So it's a toss up between repairing it or getting another one.
Okay, he is only little. He's only a little baby, but this is Pascal.
Oh, and what type of chameleon is that one?
He's just a Yemen or a veiled chameleon. He's not standing very well for the camera there. Wait, let me move my ring light so you can see him a little bit better. There we go. That's a little bit better. Oh, Nova, shift your head. Shift your head, buddy. So there he is. Let's see if I can get him to move. He's very, very grumpy at the moment. I don't know if you can tell, but he's just finished shedding, and he's like, "Mum, why have you got me out? What are you doing?"
Oh, Lizzie's just said that.
He's literally like, "Mum, leave me alone. You've not brought me out for food. You just bringing me out to show me off on the internet. I'm not happy."
Oh my god, we've now got Sam. I have to shout Sam out as soon as I see him, just like I do Peter. We've now got Bug Rounds in the house.
Whoop whoop.
With Bug Rounds, with Peter Webster, with Spider 1978, and Mark the Spider Guy. We have literally got YouTube royalty.
I'm going to take all the credit for that, Scott. I'm sorry. Right, I'll put you away, Mr. Oh, no, he seems all right. He seems okay. He can stay out for a little bit. You can see the dog's tail in the background. He thinks I'm talking about him. Go and lie down. Go and lie down, buddy. Good boy.
So how old is the chameleon?
He's about 6 months old. I'm currently in the middle of making. I'm not showing you his Viv because it looks a mess at the moment. But I'm currently making it custom background, but it's very difficult with a mesh back. Very similar to Northern Exotics. I don't know if he's still here. I can't see, but very similar to the chameleon Viv he's building. But mine's a 3x2x3. Yeah, so it's a slightly different shape. But similar sort of mesh, and I'm struggling to get the background covered.
I think Richard's is in a Reptibreeze.
Yeah, mine's I don't actually know what. Oh, I've just dropped my phone. The brand of mine is a Komodo. Yeah. Right, there you go. Oh, there we go. I'll put him back. Yeah, so mine's a Komodo, and it's got the same as the Reptibreeze. It's got the glass at the bottom, so it can have like a drainage layer and all that. But yeah, it's just covering the mesh. It's so difficult. Everything I put on it just falls through. Oh, now my dog and my cat are fighting in the background. When I told you my house was like a madhouse, I don't just have nice quiet inverts that sit and make shelves behind me look pretty. I have lunatics that are gonna fight.
God,
in case they want to go. And I'll move this mirror out of the way because that's a little bit weird. There we go. Everything's a little bit neater now.
Cheers, Troy.
Oh.
So when did you start getting into the exotics?
I mean, I've kind of always been into animals, but the first exotic animal that I ever had, that I've ever kept, was a corn snake, and it's because I wanted a boa constrictor, and my mum said no, and that's because I am very little. So me being very young and very little, she was like, "Yeah, that's definitely gonna eat you. We're not doing that one." So I got a corn snake and I fell in love with him. And then it just kind of progressed from there. But I enjoy mammals as well. Yeah, I've kept everything from rabbits to chinchillas to ferrets to I've got rats and rabbits currently, and then I've got a few reptiles and some inverts. Yeah, I've always wanted a horse. That's the one that no one's ever said yes to.
My best mate's got 2 horses.
Oh, I'd love it.
I've had rats before. I've had ferrets, I had micro ferrets, and then I had a big girl albino. She was absolutely awesome.
Oh.
Literally, my friends' kids were saying, "You're that guy, aren't you? That walks through Bell Green with the ferret on a lead." This is like a couple of years back. I was like, "Yeah, that's me."
I remember being like, oh god, like below the age of 10, and going to the park in Gorton. There's this big park, and it has like pipes within the play area in the wall to help like drainage and stuff. And this guy used to have his ferrets, and he'd trained them to like weave in and out of the different pipes and stuff in the playground, and it melted my little brain at like 8 years old how cute these little like furry snake things were. Fantastic.
See you later, Sam. Have fun with your daughter this evening, mate, and I'll hopefully see you back when she's all tucked up in bed, mate.
Oh yeah, enjoy.
Northern Exotics, he disappeared. He went and checked your channel out, and he said
Oh,
it's pretty
did he?
good. He said it's pretty damn good, to be fair.
There's only a handful of videos on there at the moment.
You did a creature crate one, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, and then midway through editing the unboxing, like the rehouses for those, for that creature crate to go up on like the Friday after that other video, my Mac broke and I couldn't do it. I've lost my intro until my new Mac arrives, and it's hopefully saved onto like the hard drive of it. It's been a pretty stressful week, YouTube wise. Got so much footage to edit for so many different videos, and I just can't do it yet.
It's getting my head around OpenShot that's doing my head in at the moment.
Oh, I mean, I use iMovie, and before I did, I used, I think it's called VELO or VLLO on my phone, and that's kind of like a very, very basic version of iMovie, and it just, everything used to crash, and if a video was over a certain quality and size, it wouldn't save properly. Oh my god, upgrading to my Mac was the best thing I ever did, and it's also been the worst thing I ever did because like a week later it broke. So it's been an expensive little investment.
Yeah, Flawless uses KineMaster. Northern Exotics KineMaster. I was using KineMaster until I got a standalone camera, but I miss KineMaster a lot. But it just takes such a long time to get the footage from the camera to the phone, and then onto KineMaster, and then to once you finish editing, it takes a long time then to obviously get a proper video out of it. And then
like to save it then back to your phone, then you've got to upload it from your phone, which means you've got to upload it to private, and then go onto your computer and write all your little settings anyway.
I think it was 20 minutes or 4K footage took something like 2 hours to transfer over to my phone through that's Wi-Fi, sending it straight across on the camera's Wi-Fi.
Wow.
Oh, we'll get this one out of the way straight away, I think. Are you single? Says Interstellar 8.
I'm not. No. I live with my boyfriend.
I did that one. We actually like 20 minutes in. I did think that one would come within the first 5 minutes. To be fair.
I mean, I get asked that a lot. Like obviously my TikTok is where I mainly promote my work, and a lot of people on there ask me often because my partner's not bothered about being in like the public eye. He doesn't really care for it, like making videos or anything like that. He is a drummer and a guitarist in a band, but even then he doesn't like to be seen, so he's very behind the scenes all the time. I feel like I'm being rude and ignoring people, but I also don't have my glasses on, so I've got on my phone like here to be able to see.
Okay, Ash, see you in 20 minutes. Northern Exotics, he's got to bounce, he's got to go back to work again.
Oh, I don't envy you. Enjoy your night at work though.
Interstellar 8, she said boyfriend, not boyfriend.
No, not boyfriends. Boyfriend, singular.
So apart from the chameleon, what else do you keep?
So I've got my chameleon. I have a crested gecko. He's in a DIY bin enclosure currently, while I'm cutting glass panels out to make him a complete DIY glass enclosure for a video. So that's been a whole load of fun and a big learning curve. But he's great. He's really beautiful. I have a Western hognose. I have an Asamani. I have Lacidorus, Parabanana. I always want to call it a Parabanana, and that's not correct. Parabana. Yeah.
I'll try and say it. It'll come out para banana.
Yeah, it just like flows out of my mouth, and I'm like, yeah, no, you sound like an idiot now. And then it's I'm going to butcher this name as well. A Heterometrus Petersi, I believe it's how it's said.
So Heteromanus Leonellis, I think they are now, because they've had a name change, haven't they?
Oh, has it changed? Brilliant. I thought I'd just cracked that one.
It's either had the name change or it's currently in the process of going over to that.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, I've got more names to learn. I'm so bad at the names. I'm okay reading them. When I read them, I'm like, yeah, I know what that is.
I listen to
it from jumble letter to word is.
I listen to a couple of people's YouTube channels and just keep practicing. And I've got a couple of friends. If I get stuck on anything, I'll just send them the word, and they'll send me a voice message.
Well, yeah.
Interstellar Ape says it's not a good question actually. You guys ever think how handy it would be to live like over in Indonesia or something and just go herping for tarantulas and centipedes and stuff? Wow, Interstellar Ape. One of the subscribers, Ken, lives over in Indonesia, and it's illegal to actually keep or house tarantulas over there. I'm not quite sure on centipedes because I've never asked him, but I know because he has got a couple of tarantulas, and if he gets caught, he can get himself in quite a lot of trouble. That's why a lot of the Indonesian
Don't say it on the internet then.
Yeah, a lot of the Indonesian and the Filipino YouTube channels. A couple of them are actually based in the UK, and a couple of them are actually based in the USA now as well.
Oh, no way. I mean, in the next couple of years, my plan is to emigrate over my little self to Canada. So, I mean, emigrating is something I've always thought of. But I don't think I've ever thought of anywhere like that. I mean, the idea of Canada and being able to go out and see the wildlife that's just like in your back garden there fascinates me. But I mean, even somewhere like Mexico, because obviously they have a lot of like tarantulas that you can just like walk out and find. But I think the idea of the lifestyle there with that risk would just terrify me too much to actually go and look.
I find it crazy because like Spider-Man, 1978. She's over in America. Like I'm thinking, I've got Northern Toad, Southern Frogs. I've got Hognor Miami. They are literally all from America. And it's like, how often do you see them? You're not doing video now.
I'm just choking on my wine and trying not to make a big deal out of it.
Toby, I've got I don't actually know, but a ballpark figure of about 130, 140 spiders.
That's absolutely crazy.
I don't know, with my friends, that's quite a low number. Spider guy, how many tarantulas have you got at the moment, mate? And then how many's Peter Webster got?
I have 2 currently. I think the next tarantula I want to get would be one that's going to web its enclosure up like massively. Yeah. I'm not quite sure what species I'd go for, because obviously there's a few that I've been looking into. But
have you thought about a true spider?
The idea of them scares me. It's the same with the scorpion that I wasn't expecting. Me trying to rehouse that thing was a joke, but yeah.
A couple of months back, we were on the way to 2,000 subscribers, right? And I weren't trying to make a big deal of it. My birthday was coming up, and me and Northern Exotics are quite good friends outside of YouTube. Just like me and Flawless and Mark Spider Guy, and so many other people that are actually in the chat now as well. And I was chatting to him, and I grew him a moustache. And my moustache is coming out like this, like proper old school style.
Where you can like twizzle it round.
Yeah, and I needed about 80 subscribers to hit 2,000, and he was on the live, and we were chatting about it, and he says, "So if you hit 2,000 subscribers, will you shave your moustache off?" I was like, "If I hit it tonight before 12 o'clock, yeah, I'll do that." Thinking absolutely no chance.
Yeah, 80 subscribers in one night, sir.
He was like, "Right, I'll be back in a minute." So he disappeared off the live. He went onto his channel where he's got 20,000 subscribers. Did a live himself, getting people to come over to this live, which they did, and then he got me up to and past 2,000 subscribers before 12 o'clock.
Oh my God.
The Saturday on my birthday, I had him back on again and shaved it off. Yeah. In fact, the missus shaved it off. She was well happy.
This is my little cat that's like my dog.
Yeah, Pete Webster stopped counting after 250.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I've been to his invertarium shed. It is something else.
I mean, some of the YouTubers throughout the UK that I watch, like the amount of tarantulas they've got. It just one day maybe, but it's gonna have to be a nice sort of kind of slow increase.
You think that it's like you get.
I guess it's like tattoos though.
And then 6 months later, you get a couple more, and then 12 months later, you're thinking, where did all these come
these
from?
next ones that I've just ordered?
And then it's like, feeding times go from an hour to like half a day.
Oh. Well, I mean, right. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see it properly because the lighting in my office is.
Dale Strong is in the chat now. He's got scorpions, and he's got more scorpions than what I've got spiders.
Scorpions terrify me. I mean, he's great, and I love him to pieces. He's very scary, but he's very, very cute.
If you ever need anything to do with scorpions, if you ask Dale, he is very, very
right.
knowledgeable.
So this shelving unit is like 3 foot wide by like 1.5 foot, well, like a foot deep, and bare tall, right? And I have a whole other one of those that can go in that corner, and I think that's going to have to be an invert shelf. And there's about I'm going to be able to fit so many on there, and once I have the space, I'm not going to be able to stop myself.
It's mad. One of my friends, Carl, his builder. We're already discussing plans for behind me, which I'm not going to mention yet. Because I want to do a video on it. And then there's probably about 6 foot plans that are happening over there too. Because this is the family kitchen. This is.
I know. When I explained to my partner that you've got it all in.
It can get a bit.
Yeah, when I told my fellow you've got all of them in your kitchen, he was like, "Don't get any ideas. Don't get any ideas."
Oh, sometimes if I've got a video of a spider, but I know it's going to be a voiceover or something, I'm standing here videoing like some HMAC or an OBT or something, and Tara's literally stood right behind me cooking dinner. So she just carries on. She don't mind if Layla comes in. She'll walk in and then she'll go out again until I tell her it's all right or not. If she knows what the spider is, she'll stay in the room. If she knows it's a new world, if she knows it's an old world, she's gone because
she's gone. What a smart lady! What a smart little lady!
Yeah. She's only 11, so I've said, look,
Well, yeah,
we'll give it a year or two,
yeah.
and then we'll get you onto the old world slings, and then move her up slowly.
Yeah, of course.
Because if something in here bit her, I would literally
everything would go so south so quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I'm sure you've got enough other tarantulas that she can hang about with till she gets a bit more older and more confident.
She likes. I mean, she will handle them. She has handled one in the past, but she knows that I'm quite against handling. So she's kind of developed that kind of outlook as well. She understands why. She knows that if you drop a tarantula from as little as an inch,
it could
rupture, they could die. Oh, night, Bailey.
Good night.
Or was it Lewis that's off? One of them. But yeah, she knows if you drop a tarantula from as little as 1 inch, you can rupture them. They can't then repair themselves, and they're just going to
it's not worth it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's you don't know what your reaction is going to be until something happens. So if you're holding a spider and it flares up, you could jolt.
Yeah, it could. It might just be stood completely still, and then all of a sudden it feels a little draft, and it's like, oh, didn't like that, and just goes for a quick little stroll over here,
and then I always look at it this way as well. It's like if you pick a spider up that's not a boreal and you lift it up in the air, you're lifting a spider like this size up 4 foot in the air. So if somebody did that to you, you'd be being lifted up by about a mile.
Yeah, exactly. It's like imagine someone dangling you out the top of a building.
Exactly. So I don't know if their brains work like that or what goes on, but that's how I kind of see it.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree. I've got cat hair on my face. I've got your fur stuck to my face. I do.
Oh, we've got a big
dog. So my dog, I think he's gone downstairs. So Ezra here is the first cat I've ever had. And I've trained him to jump up. So if I tap my chest here, he jumps up to me here and sits on my hip as if he's a baby. He's so it's ridiculous how needy this cat is. Absolutely ridiculous. I always thought I'd get a cat and I'd want to love him, and he'd just hate me and run away from me all the time. And it's most of the time it's him running to me and me running away because I'm bored of stroking him. Because you just don't stop, do you?
My dog's just a big wampy thing.
Oh, what dog have you got?
She's a Dog de Bordeaux cross mastiff.
Oh, my dad had 2 Dog de Bordeaux a couple of years ago. They're so fantastic.
She's a big blonde thing, but then her luckily, because I've already checked, the DNA percentage means that I can keep her, but she has got a tiny amount of red nose in her as well.
Bordeaux are fantastic dogs, though.
Northern Exotic says, which do you prefer, the reptiles or the inverts?
I'm a lot more comfortable with reptiles. A lot more comfortable with reptiles. I don't know. That's a really difficult one. That you've put me on the spot a bit there. Because I love my reptiles, and there's so much. I find there's so much more variety that I'm interested in. Because in the invert and insect world, it's primarily tarantulas. Maybe I'd like to have a centipede at one point. But again, all of the little legs kind of creep me out. So that'd be a fear that I was getting over, which would be kind of cool. But I'm interested in...
exactly why I got a centipede, the very first
one. Just the little legs. I just don't think they should... they literally move like a Mexican wave. And it just
they're incredibly strong and incredibly versatile and incredibly flexible. I mean, if those things were 2 meters long, that would be the planet wiped out, I think.
Yeah, honestly, like,
Sod that the
I
vile
think
thing.
that's why they get me so much. I'm like, you are millions of little arms that could kill me if you were big enough. Well and truly. I think I'm really into
Northern Exotic says we've got to send you a centipede.
I mean, if
whose birthday is it?
you wanted to do that, I would unbox it on a live of some sort or a full uncut video, and you would just see me in a corner like, what am I supposed to do with
Philip, many happy returns of the day for tomorrow, fella. Philip Taylor's birthday tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday for tomorrow, darling. That came out. That didn't sound very right when it came out.
See you later, Toby.
Bye.
I think it was Anton wanted to know, what reptile are you thinking about getting next?
You see, it's a little bit difficult with me planning to emigrate to Canada. I wouldn't want to take on too much to then get to that point and be like, I'm not going to be able to take them all with me, because I'm not going to be able to move into the sort of house that I live in here. So I don't want to bring too many big creatures into my life that I'm going to fall in love with and never want to leave, and not be able to take with me. But my dream reptile would be a tegu.
Oh.
Yeah, I did animal care at college, and we had one, and she was very moany and bitchy, and she didn't tend to like anybody but me and one of the other one of the staff members that took care of the animals. And she'd like puff herself up and like run about like this at people, and they'd get intimidated, and I'd just be like, what are you going to do? I'm going to pick you up and you're not going to bite me. You're just trying to intimidate me. And then I'd be like sat cuddling with her, and everyone would be like, how didn't she bite you? You're tiny. I'm like, yeah, well, I may be tiny, but I've got the confidence of a 6'10" man.
We've got Richard Northern Exotics. I'm sure he's got a Tegu.
No, I don't think he has.
He hasn't, has he? He's got
a Savannah monitor. You see, Savannah monitors have always interested me, and I'd love to meet one firsthand, like hand to hand. But they can take a lot more work to get them as tame as like Hugo is with Richard. I think the clips of him and Hugo like bopping together, and Hugo just like walking about, just taking over everything, are fantastic. But they take a hell of a lot of work to get to the point Richard's got his too.
Peter Webster's just said he's got the black and white Argentine Tiger. It's absolutely gorgeous. I've seen it. It's absolutely
just like
gorgeous.
Scaly puppies.
Literally, just like the reptile version of a dog. Absolutely,
I know. I just need one. Like a blue tongue skink as well would be another really there's something I'd be really interested in having, and red-eye tree frogs. Yeah,
I like the red-eye tree frogs, the white tree frogs.
Yeah,
I like the fire skinks. I think they look absolutely awesome.
Yeah, we so during my time at college doing animal care, I had to do work experience in a couple of different like animal industries. So in Manchester, there's a reasonably big pet like reptile exotic shop that's called Urban Jungle, and after working there, it just kind of proved that all pet shops, no matter kind of how good they claim to be, don't do as much as they should do. But they had some fire skinks, and they were the most fun to feed. They just went mental. Like the big hippo mouths are just like boom. They're so funny.
UK Reptile and Amphibian Conservation. Hi, mate.
Hi.
Flawless Fangs says if you move to Canada, are you going to change your name from 0161 to whatever it is in Canada?
You see, that's been a train of thought of mine since the plan has kind of been set in stone to like save and go over as soon as possible. It was either going to be a case of changing my channel name now to like just my name or Abigail's Exotics or something like that, or just changing the postcode when I moved over there. But yeah, I'm stuck in two minds. If anyone can give me any advice on what they think would work better, I'm more than happy to listen to what anybody's got to say. But yeah, that's something I've been thinking
he gave somebody a blue tongue skink as a gift. My word, what a
gift!
gift!
Stop it! Can we be friends, please?
Ellie says fire skinks are amazing. Ellie, I've just sent you the link to pop on because Ellie's always on and Spider-Man with me as well.
Oh yeah, I watched. I think it was last week's live with Ellie. Oh no, it
was pet shops are saying Warrington's Pets is the worst. I think I'm really lucky with pet shops because KBN in Coventry is really, really, really good. What did you say, Abigail? Sorry, it all froze up.
Oh, I said I think it was yesterday or the day before. I was actually watching the live you did with Ellie where you was unboxing all of your feeder insects and she was doing the voiceover for you. Because although I do watch your lives, when I was like gonna be coming on, I was like, right, okay, let's go and do some research, see if he's gonna question me about like Latin names and what do I need to figure out, and it wasn't that case, so it was all relaxed.
As far as Latin names go, I mean, I run a couple of Facebook groups. One's got something like 1,600 members, and it was over a year ago now. I think we were one of the first groups to just say, look, you know, because so many groups were saying you can only use Latin names, and I was thinking, well, that's no good if you're a beginner. So yeah. I said, well, just use a common name if you don't know the Latin name. Post a picture.
Yeah,
and then it's obvious a lot of it is.
Yeah,
a lot of so many people out there, a lot of the South that struggle to pronounce the Latin names, let alone anything else. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, so I'll go from like your videos maybe to Robbie's talking teas, and then I'll jump over to the Dark Den, and you all say it differently. I'm like, guys, can you just communicate and decide one thing so that I can just listen and copy it?
I think because the Dark Den is Croatian, I have noticed a couple of mistakes he does make with pronunciations, but I think that's not a mistake as such. It's just language barrier.
Just like a language, like the easiest way for him to say it, kind of thing.
And then I'm in the middle of the UK. So then Robbie is, I think Robbie's
London, right? Yeah, Robbie's more London.
Is he in London? Is he? So I talk to Robbie a lot because I love him to bits. Like, but I've never asked him where he lives.
I know he lives in London, and if I remember correctly, it was East London. But that might just be a complete made-up lie that my brain's just told me that he thinks it remembers.
There's like one of the lads that describes tarantulas. I message him occasionally, and he's German. And then my true spider mate, who's like one of the world's leading experts, he's German as well. So when they pronounce something in English, you've got a very strong German accent saying it at the same time as well. And then I've got to think, well, how do you get rid of the accent to say it properly?
How can I remove that huge amount of German that's in there?
Yeah. Say no to the Cockneys, says Northern Exotics. Spider Mum says it's just where you're from and how you say it.
Yeah, that's it's just especially like when, I mean, Google Translate even says it's something like completely different to how anybody else has said it. So it's not like I can listen to these three and then Google Translate is closest to this one. So this is how I'll say it. It just doesn't work.
For me, if you got Lazadora parabama, if somebody said, "Oh, it's a Lazadora," I'm just going to use what you said earlier, but I'm not taking it. If somebody said to me, "Oh, Lazadora parabanana," you're going to know what they're talking about, aren't you? You're going to know which spider they're on about.
I think another worry for me with Latin names is like if I say it wrong and people are like, "Oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about. She can't even say the Latin names," and I'm like, "I'm sorry."
If somebody ever says that, just go back to Scott's Invert's early days and check his first videos out, and then come back to me.
Well, to be fair, I was doing that with the Dark Gen as well, and he used to fuck up a lot of names, so
Yeah,
I'm letting myself off.
Who just said that actually? I'm sure it was Moon over Miami. Yeah, he says Petco always says, "I'll put the name in on the video."
Yeah, he's like, I'll just
put the name on the video.
So, you use Red Runner roaches, don't you?
Occasionally.
How are they?
Pain in the backside if they get out. I haven't used Red Runners now. I ended the colony probably about 4 or 5 months ago.
Right.
And I still find the odd Red Runner running around the house. But yeah, that's just one of the things. When
plastic.
I think they can climb anything. I think when they can't climb plastic well, no, but they certainly can climb plastic.
Yeah.
So 9 times out of 10, you're going to be all right with the plastic box. They're not going to get out, but there is a rare chance it's just going to climb up, because I've seen it myself across smooth plastic, and I thought, how the hell have you just done that? But it's like anybody with a large collection is going to have like the odd cricket, the odd locust, or something, running around. It just comes with the territory.
Yeah.
I am forever getting in trouble with Tara for it, but we had a delivery of 500 crickets last year, and they weren't cable tied up in the bag. The box they came in had holes down the side, and we had about 300 running around the house. And I messaged the company, so they said eventually, after about 4 or 5 days, they got back to me and sent me out some more in the same state. In the same state.
Oh my god.
What I did, they turned around and said, yeah, but everybody sends out crickets and live food in the summer with holes like this in the side of their boxes. So I sent them. I think I sent them a live foods for you unboxing video. I went, no, they don't, mate. This is how you do it. That video got an instant dislike. Strangely enough, yeah, Tara's Army. That is the missus. She says 300 in the rest. I thought she was going to absolutely kill me. Was that, babe? Was that live foods direct? Was it? Oh, Northern Exotics has got 4 new morning gecko eggs.
They'd absolutely, if I ordered live food and I opened it and it went all over my house, there is a whole load of trouble that would have been opened up that they would not want to have opened up with me. I'd be writing letters, I'd be fuming, there'd be videos all over the internet of me screaming. I'd be so angry.
I was at work and I just got, Tara's normally quite a nice person, all the rest of it. I think I think I missed the phone call to start with, and then I got an abrupt text message.
Scott.
It said, "Call me now," with an exclamation mark, and I was thinking, "The fuck have I done now?" And I phoned her up, and she was like, "You're gonna have to come back from work right now, because this fucking company had sent out 500 crickets out with the cable tie off, loose in a box." And like I said, 3 holes this side down both sides of the box, and literally this kitchen was just absolutely a mass with them. And then when they sent them out again, I'll come home, and what Tara had done, she just put the box by the front door. She went, "They're not coming in my house." All right, okay.
Don't even think about it. If you want to feed your tarantulas, then crickets, take them outside.
Let's add Ellie.
Hi, Ellie.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I think I'm the only one that's big, so I can't see you very well. But
I can see everybody else and hear everybody else.
Okay.
Scott, can you see me all right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I saw a little hand offering you a drink.
No, it's me and Tara got these thermal cups, right? And it stops your tea going cold.
I
So
need
she bought one, right? And it was like 20 quid. And I seen one and I was like, that's the same one. So I bought it off Amazon and it's like, it holds a cup and a half and that's it. Hers holds about half a litre. And I bought it for work as well. Do you know what I mean? I end up using it all the time. But because Tara, usually, I mean, Arlo is 2. But Leo is 2 and it comes with his own issues. Like, so bedtime is always a problem. And he's on the go from the word go. And Tyra just has to run around all day long, every single day. While I'm at work, just chasing him. And that's just Leo. He's just hyperactive one. So at night times, she was putting him to bed, having a cup of tea, and it was just going cold.
Because she's waiting for him to get to sleep.
Yeah. In fact, it's 9 o'clock now, and it was 7 o'clock when you took him up, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just took 2 hours for him to fall asleep. It's a pain, but we wouldn't change him either. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, my niece is the same. She suffers really quite badly with ADHD, and I mean, she's 9, so she's starting to get to the age where she understands things a little bit better. And she understands that when she feels this sudden urge to get out of bed and go and do something, that once she's in bed, she can't do that. She can get up and go and flick her TV on so she can watch that to help her, like, stop being as active. But it took a very long time to get her into the routine of, well, no, this is the only thing you're allowed to do at this time.
We just really Spider-Man.
Literally. Layla's got her own bedroom because we were going to move last year, but with COVID and everything, I got furloughed, so that put an end to that. So we're thinking probably now everywhere's opening back up again. I'm still being a bit reluctant because I'm thinking maybe another wave's going to come through, maybe another variant. So I'm kind of holding back now till probably next year, to be fair. So
there's been rumours of the taxes going up this year, but with the way things are going, I think we're going to be in another lockdown this year, and next year everybody's tax is going to go up to about 30% rather than 20%, and things like that, and it's just going to make everything work even slower.
Pretty much. I think, so we're going to be moving next year. So at the moment, if you can imagine the double bed here, on this side we've got Noah. He's literally just turned 1. He's literally just a fat bundle of fun. Anything he does, he smiles. He's got toothache, he smiles. Constipation, he smiles. He's just one happy kid. And then on this side we've got Leo. So you can imagine Tyra sleeping on this side. I'm sleeping here. Here's Leo. And with Leo, if he wakes up in the middle of the night, he wants his mum.
Yeah.
What he always does is he jumps out of his bed and to wake me up. As he lands on my bollocks every fucking time.
Oh.
And then I go to work and I'm like, oh fuck you.
I'm gonna buy you a jock strap and send it to you. And I'm gonna write on it, this is Scott's sleeping jock strap.
But it's just it's the same one every time as well, isn't it? Even if I'm downstairs, if he comes running on me, it's always the same one. It's like
he's got a vendetta just against the one ball.
I reckon Tara's tattooed "punch me" on that one ball.
On the back, so you can't see it.
And Leo's gone, okay. Right.
So how many children do you have?
What, together?
In general, like both of you, both separate and together.
Well, Tyra's sort of 10 years younger than me. So we've got Layla, the stepdaughter. We've got Leo. We've got Noah. And then I've also got a 22-year-old called Luke. And then I've got my other daughter as well. who she's 14 and an absolute pain in the backside.
Oh, they always are at that age.
No. I can't. I mean, I don't know what I can and can't say because I don't know what a mum would let me say. Do you know what I mean? So out of respect
Well,
for
yeah,
her,
of course.
I'm not going to go into it because I know they do watch these. So, but yeah, she's had a few talking tos, let's say, to say the least. Has my daughter.
I'd just like to say for the record, I was quite a difficult child, and I've turned out all right. The best advice I can give you would be to talk to her like a human, because although she's only 14 years old, as a girl at 14, she probably feels a lot older in her head.
Oh well,
so just talk to her like an adult.
There's autism and Asperger's there as well, so.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm still currently waiting for my full diagnosis, but my doctors think I'm autistic, and I also suffer with mental health and have done from a very, very young age. So that sort of aspect of it, especially, she will in her head, although it doesn't always come across that way, she'll feel so much older in her head, and if she's not spoken to in that way, it'll frustrate her. Or if she feels the same way I did, it'll be frustrating that she feels older and she feels like she's being spoken to like a child.
I think she knows what I've got up to in my childhood, and then I had a break, and then into my adulthood, and then I mean I'm in recovery now. It's been 5 years.
Oh, well done, you.
Class A, and 3 or 4 years off Class C's now as well. So
still in that box.
Honestly, like in my partner's been off Class A's for 2 years now. And like I congratulate him so often. I'm like, it's a difficult thing to. I mean, a lot of my family have been involved in like drug habits. So I know I've grown up with the difficulty of it. So the fact that he went and did it off his own back as well, pretty much, and he's turned his life around so well. It's like it's just a whole congratulations.
I was exceptionally lucky because my mum had basically turned her back on me because the amount of times I'd done her over for cash, to be completely honest. But then, as I got clean, she come back instantly, and my best mate Aaron. I was just very lucky to have sort of very close friends that are being so supportive. I mean, Tara, you've literally grown up around it, haven't you? Addiction.
Yeah, it's a horrible thing
alcoholic.
It's a horrible thing to see that your loved ones go through as well. Like it's so difficult because there's nothing other than offer our support. There's nothing we can physically do. It's only once. I mean, it's the same with any addiction. I've had my own addictions that I've needed to battle, being self-harm. So I know that
there as well.
The struggle of getting past something that feels so necessary to survival.
It's difficult when you got the mental health and you like I've been feeling a bit down lately, and I know it's like if I just go pick some of that up,
it'll go away for a bit.
Everything's going to go away. The stress, the headache, absolutely everything. Yeah. But then I've got to think. But the flip side of that is all this and everything else disappears instantly. And
exactly.
Instantly, there would be no family, friends, everything would be like not helping you this time, mate. Do you know what I mean? And they wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly.
They have in the past, like.
And there's always that kind of is sat at the back of your head, going, it's not only me I need to do this for. It's the people that have been there for me for so long, and I've let down so many times. I'm now not letting them down, and I guarantee I will not do it again.
Let me just say sort of quickly. Tony lost his sister to addiction. Tony, message me after this, and I'll help you as much as I can, mate.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll give you some hints and stuff that I used to get away from what I was doing, and make no distinction between The only difference between alcoholism and drug addiction is the rattle's different, and the
Yeah.
effects. It's a substance. It's a substance that people are after.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It's not even necessarily
Got marrying them on the floor by my friend.
it's the escape as well. Like, obviously, I could never sit here and say I know what you went through dealing with a drug addiction or with an alcohol addiction, because I've never done that. But with my self-harm addiction, it was necessary, even if it just the thought of it. And I imagine just the thought of knowing you can, oh, well, I mean, I can't get my drugs or my alcohol right now, but in 10 minutes, I'm going to be able to do it. And the thought of being able to get to that point, like, help you through that little bit longer.
That 10 minutes feels like an absolute lifetime. And if you've got somebody with you, that's all you're talking about. How can we get the money? And that's it. And your mind is so focused. And then whoever you're talking to who don't do drugs, you're thinking, well, I can get money off them.
Yeah, exactly.
What can I say to get them? It's you have to be an effective addict where you're using daily. You have to be really clever and very manipulative.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. And I mean,
are exceptionally clever.
Yeah, like with myself, I'm sorry. I should have like, before I mentioned it, I should have said like trigger warning, and I'm really very sorry that I didn't mention that. But yeah, so just wanted to say that. But during that time,
everybody's used to me chatting about addictions and stuff like that. Anyway, so.
Yeah, I did. I don't know. It always just makes me feel like I've not thought that little bit ahead about how what I'm saying could affect somebody else. And then my head's like, oh, you've been such a shit person doing that. But I mean, as long as everybody's okay, then that's all that matters, really. But through my addiction, I was at home with my mum. So there would be times where she would check the usual places that people would do it. And I would have to think, okay, how can I get that same reaction from somewhere else that's not like, that's completely, it's a different way of being sneaky and thinking about it. But to be an addict, there has to be that element of deceit. And
my mum's heard every single excuse under the sun to all sorts. I mean, at the height of my addiction, it was a lot of cocaine on a daily basis, where we were like, there's a couple of us and we were up for absolute days.
Yeah.
We didn't get no like shitty mixed up stuff, because I have to be really careful what I say here because I don't want to get shot. But the person that I could phone up, the next person up used to come around my house and stuff like that, you see. So
so it had been that long that you'd gained that like deep connection to that world kind of thing.
If you're in an area where there's a lot of oil, you might get given 2 or 3 pints of oil. If you're in an area where a lot of wine's being made, you're going to get given a wine bottle for free.
Yeah,
and that was the kind of the circle that I was in at the time. So it was, like I said, I can't really say anything else because the Coventry lot don't take no prisoners. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, of course. But I mean, I understand completely. It's addiction to anything, even like gambling, and
it's the same thing.
Like food addictions.
All the same, yeah.
Yeah, it all feeds that very ill part of somebody's brain.
See you later, Peter. Take care.
Bye, Peter.
Lizzie says, yes, but you're letting people know that you can stop doing it. I'm not carrying on. And I know it is hard having addiction to myself in the past.
Yeah, exactly. It's and what I know from myself, that once I got to this point where I wasn't letting as many people down all the time, and I was being nicer to myself, taking actual care of myself rather than listening to what my body thought it wanted, and going back to that would just feel like a million steps backwards. So no matter how tempting like that like jump backwards might be, I think of all the work I'm gonna have to do to get back to this point. Like that's the only thing that
The way I kind of carry on now is I always think, I mean, because I'm 42, so I was doing drugs till quite late on, really. So I always think, do you know what, the damage I've already done is enough, because in between drugs there were steroids as well, because I was doing all that crap and all the rest of it. So I always think, if I do anything else now, I'm going to proper fuck something up and something's going to go kaboom. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the other side of me thinks, well, as selfish and as nasty as it sounds, let the next lot that are coming up, let them have a play on it. Do you know what I mean? I've done my bit. It's somebody else's turn. And I do think when I'm really struggling, like I do think that, and that really, really does help me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, one thing that really pulls me out of that sort of situation is I have 2 younger nieces. My brother's only a couple of months younger than me, so I don't have like a younger sibling that I can think of in this way. But luckily I have 2 nieces, and they're both such beautiful little, they're growing into such beautiful little girls, and it's fantastic to see. And they're getting to the age now, whereas if they saw something like that, especially the older one, something's going to start clicking in her head. And for me to have that around in front of them, I mean, my body's scarred as it is. There's nothing I can do about that. That's been gone and stuck there for life. But for them to then see it continue puts it in their head that, well, my Auntie Abby does that, so it can't be that bad. Like, if my Auntie Abby, who's like, she's my only auntie, she's someone I look up to, she does it, why don't I? And I'd never forgive myself for that.
Being a role model. See, I mean, Leyland, God, she's only 11, but she is pretty clued up, isn't she? She knows a lot of what I've got up to. Her auntie is an active addict at the moment. Hopefully going into a rehab soon, but it's all in her hands. Yeah, it's all in her hands. So 1 minute it's yes, and the next minute it's
it's
a bit don't know, and it's all there for her anyway. So she is pretty clued up for an 11-year-old. But I like it that way, because I think, well, as she gets older, she'll see, and if she hears somebody talking about drugs, she'll be like, "Fuck off."
Yeah,
she's got, safe. You know what I mean?
First-hand experience to make those decisions, and if she made those decisions, how it would then affect her.
I mean, the missus. I mean, she's got a sister that's obviously doing what she's doing, and then her mum was an alcoholic, and then she had to care for her mum at the same time as her mum was an alcoholic as well. And she's done all right. She's not been addicted to anything. Well, mind you, you drank a little bit, didn't you, when we first got together?
A little bit.
And I went, and she said to me, "Don't you drink?" I was like, "No." I said, I don't. I said to her, I don't like the smell of alcohol in somebody's breath. I went, "But if you want to, that's completely fine. It doesn't bother me." But she just stopped, and that was that.
Well, I'd just like to, I mean, I can't obviously reach through the computer screen and pat you on the back, but I'm going to pat myself on the back and hope you feel it, because that's absolutely 10 out of 10, mega impressive. Like, round of applause. It's getting me a bit emotional because to be around something for so long,
she's good,
and it to be such a stable part of your life. It's fantastic to not have fallen into that role as easily as a lot like that situation kind of puts on you.
Do you know what does it for me now? And I get, and the twat knows I get emotional about this, but Northern Exotics has just donated £5 with love you, Scott. Spider-Man. Last time Rich has done it. Rich, I don't know what to say. I never know what to say when people have become channel members and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's so overwhelming.
Thank you so much, Richard. That will probably go towards another invert, to be fair.
Yeah. Let's feed this addiction.
Ian, it is an
Nice,
addiction.
healthy addiction. We love this.
Yeah, believe me, it is an addiction.
But it's a healthy one. Like,
Addiction,
it's
that's
a
an
healthy one for everybody involved.
Oh God. Spider-Man's just donated $10 saying love you
Woo!
more.
Let's see if we can make Scott
I
cry.
agree that.
When I
Have we
got
done it, folks? Have we done it? Is he crying?
it was when we started the channel when I got to 500 members and tried to do a video and it took me Spider-Man. It took me a long time to be able to record it, sort it out, delete it, redo it, and redo it, and redo it. Then when we hit 1,000, that 2,000, I don't know, my head weren't in it. But then when we got this monetized stuff, and then when we got this monetized stuff, and then people started becoming channel members like Bailey's Bug Blog, Northern Exotics, Spider-Man, and what have you. I literally that really got me, and I think it was 4 or 5 people become channel members instantly. And Tara was telling me I was sat in the front room. This is off screen and everything. Literally just like crying my eyes out. Oh my fucking God. Max Hughes has just donated the tenner as well. Max, mate, thank you so much. And Ellie's become the new channel member. Thank you, Ellie.
Oh, I finally did it.
I'm broke because of the pubs, but love you anyway, Scott. I know you do, Tony. And so yeah, I can't wait for his pub to be up and running.
Oh well, I mean, so my fella's a bartender by trade. So a year ago when the pandemic hit, it was like the worst thing that probably could have happened. His furlough was all up in the air. It was getting made incorrect every month. And so now he's moved over to Dunkin' Donuts, and he's now everywhere started opening up again. He's like, do I go back to my pub? Do I go back to my bar life?
After all that, Ellie, you're all right. Take over for 2 minutes while I need a fag, mate.
Yeah, sure. I was just feeding and I had to rehouse too. I just found mites out of nowhere.
I actually need a wee. So I'm gonna go for a wee, and then I'll be back. Yay! Ellie's big screen now.
I know.
It's Ellie's live.
I'm all raw as well. No hair, no makeup, like just plain and simple.
I've been waiting in all day for a boiler man, so I had no choice but to keep myself entertained somehow.
Hi, Tara.
Tara's never got makeup on. That's how we like it.
It's nice being natural, isn't it?
I've got my nails done though.
Right.
Oh, cocoa fiber in my nails.
I'm going to go and have a cigarette. You have to listen through this one because that one's delayed.
I've got my one on.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I need fag.
Oh, that feels dodgy compared to my one.
Oh, I like that colour. I like that pink.
What, my hair?
No, your t-shirt. Your hair looks good too.
Have I got a lighter? No, I've got two. I'll have one and all to make me one.
It's not as red as I was expecting. You know when you sent me the
Oh, it is.
But it's not. Like, it's quite a nice subtle, like, red. It's not a bright, in-your-face red.
For now. I've still got to do it again because I didn't leave it on long enough.
Mine, it's gone, look, mine's gone ginger and then blonde.
Oh, well, I'm naturally ginger, so in a couple of weeks, in a couple of weeks, I'm just going to have, like, a ginger band at the bottom of everything.
Well, I stripped my hair the other day because I was bored and I didn't want to dye it again because I'm sick of dyeing it, so I thought, fuck it, I'll strip it instead.
See, that's what I did. Mark, you're always right. I'm never simple.
About 9 months ago, I shaved my head completely because I dyed it so much, it was so damaged. And I thought, I've never shaved my head. I can never say I shaved my head. So I did it and I was like, right, that's it. I'm not dyeing my hair at all. I'm not touching it. Nope. And then I got bored of it just growing out and looking like a mop on the top of my head, so I shaved a mullet. And then I was like, all right, okay, I'm going to dye it now. Brilliant. Shaved your head for what, Abigail? For what?
Oh, these earphones are horrible. How is he using these?
Oh.
It's like having a thermometer just shoved in your ear and not moving.
I can't
So
wait.
what would your favourite pet of like the kitchen world be?
My favourites are the lizards because they're actually mine.
Oh, okay. What sort of lizards do you have? Because I know you have some reptiles, but there's not really much on them on the
I've
channel.
got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 geckos, and then I've got 8 morning geckos.
Oh, are they leopard geckos?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never owned a leopard gecko, but I want to so badly. I love the way they walk.
The way they walk and shake their bums
Yeah,
and do
and they
it.
like swap sides. It's so funny. It's so funny.
So did you got any animals, Abby?
Yeah, so I have. Oh God, here we go. So I've got a
Is
dog.
Abby right? Because I've heard I think it's Abigail, isn't it?
You can call me Abby. You can call me Abigail. If you want to refer to me as 0161 Exotics, you can do that. If you want to call me Bag,
When I saw your channel name, I automatically thought of Bugsy Malone.
that's kind of where I was coming from. I was like, well, I am in Manchester. I think my name looks really ugly spelled out, like written there. I think it just doesn't look very nice. So I was like, I don't want that. That's not. People aren't going to want to come and see my videos when they see my ugly name written there. It's okay spoken, but written, it just looks funny.
Ugly.
Yeah,
When I read your name,
quite
the
funny.
first thing that went through my head was 0161 Manny on the map. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
That was kind of where it came from. Yeah, I was like, 0161, yeah, bring it. Exotics, oh, fantastic. I have exotic animals. It also, just being exotics as well, because I was going to put 0161 animals or something like that, but the reason I chose exotics is because when I get my filming schedule up, one video a week will be on my animals, and then another video will be on because I do pole fitness. I don't know if you saw my pole behind me, but some of the moves are so difficult to learn, and it can take like weeks upon weeks. Yeah, so it'd be like little clips of me like doing it. Do you want me to do it now? Okay. Right, let me swap my joggers into shorts because I can't do it in joggers. I won't be a second.
Bugsy Malone, Layla.
I think I've only ever seen Bugsy once.
Mm.
Well, I think I've seen the new one or the old one.
Oh, he says it in all his old ones.
What?
0161 on the right. I'll just get this chair moved out of the way.
I'd be scared I would fall.
I don't know how how well that came out on camera. I mean, it pinches like a bitch. It's like obviously you've got to just hold on with your bare skin. So it pinches a lot, but it's not too bad once you get used to it. So here is where my skin's on the pole. I'm gonna hold this foot, and then here's my other hand. So it's like your thighs and this bit of your knee that's holding you onto the pole.
But now your leg's red.
Yeah, so it'll be a bit. You can see the red mark from where it's like frictioned onto the pole.
Oh wow!
So
I wanted to try that fitness.
Sorry, I'm out of breath.
when I was training, it was the bottom of the 8-pack. Those muscles there, they used to really hurt. Do you find the same? Because where you are, it's those last muscles at the bottom of the six pack that's really going to be.
Yeah, it's literally all the strength across your hips. Like your hips is the got to be your strongest part, and then your forearms, which not many people have very strong forearms. Like your biceps and your triceps, like are bog standardly quite strong. But for things, I've got rings on, so.
Oh, just transfers. Mark Spy, the guy says, Ellie, you need a pole.
Oh, I'm
very, very expensive. Mine cost my mum about £200, and it's one of the cheaper ones.
Well, Tara used to do gymnastics and dancing and stuff like that, and literally, you can get your foot behind your head and all sorts, can't you?
Yeah.
Tara,
I don't think I'd ever leave home.
you'll have to come down to my house one time, and I'll try and teach you some pole. That might be a fun little video.
Do you know when I'm saying, like, at the start of my video, I'm going, hi and welcome to Scott's Inverts. I'm Scott. These are the inverts. I sent Tara a Paraday one because I did that, but I was helicoptering at the same time. I can't say too much more
just not normal.
because Layla's in the room, so she obviously don't know what that means, but everybody else will.
Right, let's see if I can get a cat to wait.
What was that?
What is it with the girls? What is it with the girls? Ellie does it. You do it. You all play with your pussies on my live.
Little baby. He's just begging for attention. I can't. I've tried to ignore him for as long as possible.
I saw that come through before you did. Get yourself a cornetto.
Oh, Bailey's just donated a £5. Stop it.
Yes.
It's disappear again in a minute. You don't understand what this does to a man.
I got a new
Get yourself a cornetto.
I do promise everybody that all the money from the channel members and super chats will be going straight back into the inverts. It won't go on like anything other than that. Do you know what I mean? Man, I don't know what else to say.
I'm busy. I can't stroke you.
Stop it! You're all going to give him a big fat head.
It's not. It gets me. It gets me in the feels.
He's gonna when he gets off live later, he's gonna make sure he walks round to the shop, buys himself a little cornetto, sit on the sofa and have a cry into his cornetto.
I set up. I was chatting to Andrew. God, just over a year ago now about the channel. I think he was probably the first subscriber ever I got actually. And he were talking about Patreon. He went, "I'll set it up." So I did. And he's been like almost like a secret Patreon since the word go.
Oh.
And as soon as the channel members thing started, he said, are you cancelling off the Patreon and going on the channel members? I went, yeah, I'm going to be doing that. And he instantly become a channel member at level 2 as well.
Oh.
So
I absolutely love all of the support that has always been surrounded your channel. Like, you always support everybody you possibly can and show so much love. It's so nice to see somebody so genuine.
Well, I did have some issues last year. I did make a couple of mistakes on a live stream.
We're all only human. Do you know what I mean?
It resulted in losing a friend, but I was annoyed at the time. So, but it's in the past.
Exactly, we're all human. We all make mistakes.
The olive branch went out a couple of weeks ago, so you never know.
Don't know if you don't try.
Yeah, but we'll see. But the olive branch that went out is not for YouTube, Facebook, social media. It's just one of them. Do you know what I mean?
Scott's such a genuine bloke. He's not. He's an arsehole, really.
Well, on camera he's genuine. Behind the scenes, he might be the biggest cunt going, but I don't know that.
I could. When I finish work, I'll walk in and
he'll demand a brew and put his feet straight up.
Literally, I asked Leia to put the kettle on. Yeah.
And then he's like, what's for dinner?
The problem is, I get a lot of shit at work. Not from the company I work for, just from the sites that you go on. Like I'm repairing a hose, and people, how long are you going to be? How long are you going to be? And it's people come up to you, like bricklayers will come up to me. How long until this machine's back up and running, mate? And I'm like, oh, about an hour. And then their mate will come over 2 minutes later and that's the same thing because they want bricks and they can't get bricks until I've repaired the forklift. And, oh, mate, I'll come home and I'm like, Jesus. But then if I'm not on site, generally I don't know these people either. So it's like repairing a machine, so I'm by myself, fixing it, that's it. Got to make some sort of conversation with whoever's with you. And then the rest of the time I'm either driving to a job or driving away from a job. So I spend a lot of time by myself. So when I come home, it's like the boys are kicking off. Leila's had a bad day, so she's a strop about something. Tara's had a bad day because Leo's kicked off, and that is literally every day. And I'm like, I just want a fucking cup of tea. Literally, I come in grumpy as fuck for about half an hour. I'm like, I just want a cup of tea.
Or
I just want to sit down.
Or I'll come in, and go, what we're having for dinner? Because I'm fucking starving.
So what is it you do? Like fix machines?
Pretty much, yeah.
Like what sort of machines though? Like trucks and stuff like that? Or
lorries, car transporters. Do you know, like lorries for Royal Mail?
You're not coming out.
Forklift trucks, road sweepers, telehandlers, which is the big 4x4 forklifts that you find on building sites. Tons of diggers. I've already repaired tons and tons of diggers. Recycling plant machinery, food waste machinery, all sorts. And anywhere where there's hydraulic hoses, if hydraulic hose splits or gets worn, they phone us up. I go out. I have to take all the hydraulic hose off, make up a new one, and fit it, which sounds a lot easier than what it is. It can be such hard work. Because a lot of the day, especially somewhere like a recycling centre and for garden waste, it can be absolutely caked in mud, and I spend a good hour digging the hose out, and then some of these hoses just disappear into the machine, so I have to strip the machine right back to be able to get to them as well. New builds as well, so an engineer will be on site specifically for that machine, and we'll talk through where he wants the hoses, how long they are, and they have to be perfect. There's no room for error either. So Gav, they do call us hydraulic engineers, but I wouldn't call myself an engineer because an engineer in my eyes is sort of 4 to 5 years at university. I didn't do that. We did 4 months training on the job training. I did 2 days down in London, but then you have to be problem solving because every single job's different. Literally, every single one's different. And
I'll be back in 1
It
second.
can be challenging.
I'll
play with dirty hoses all day long.
I will be a minute.
All right. Dual engineer. What's that, Gav?
I'll go for a fag. Did you make it?
I did, yeah. Holy shit, that's hot.
What? Tea?
Yeah.
It's been made.
You can dump a bit of past the milk. Don't forget to cheers, Mark.
Don't forget to like it. In that case, I'll go dislike it.
Yeah, like or dislike makes no difference because the dislikes help to boost the video just as much as what the likes do. Thank you, Spider-Man. Just bear in mind though, in probably about half an hour, the talk will get a bit X-rated. Not so much dirty-wise, just what Abigail does as well as keep inverts.
Is Ellie still here? She's far quiet.
Ellie's always here.
Yeah, you can normally hear her.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, the
feeding.
gas. Oh, sorry, Ellie. You feeding?
Yeah, I'm still, because when you sent me the link, I was already feeding. So, I'm still feeding. What the hell is going on?
Gav is an electrician first, but also plumbing, HVAC, fire alarms, and air sampling. Mastered them all, and now the boss. Now work 4 to 5 hours a day. Gav, come, open part of your business in Coventry, mate. I'll come work for you straight away. LinkedIn is. I'm listening, but I'm working on my channel banner.
Do you know what's funny? My mini monster just decided to slap the tongs at me. I was trying to feed her, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna slap the tongs while you feed me."
Are you doing bits while also concentrating on talking alive?
Yeah.
She always does.
Maybe I'm just not at that confidence level yet.
Oh, you'll get there.
Yeah, Spider Mum's other half. Me and Tara are quite close to a lot of people in the hobby, including Spider Mum and her husband Jason. Jason's an electrician too. He's literally like you could, yeah. He's literally an all American. He is full on all American, and he big tall geezer, got the big beard.
Oh, Scott, I got a wee new baby today.
You got a new baby?
I did. Can you guess what it is? It's probably not going to be anything like it is. No, a frog.
A panther? Panther beaties?
No. It sounds a bit like Lazadora, but it's not a Lazadora. That's the only clue I can give you.
Sounds like Lazadora, but isn't a Lazadora.
No. So the beginning of the word is almost the same as Lazadora, but it's a different genus.
Right, I need to swap earphones because
I've
got a
Right,
sorry, that's never for me.
Pass.
It's a Peruvian blonde. Lazadorides. What is it now? Lazadora. It's got a long ass name on the end of it. She's the Peruvian blonde.
So it's a Lazadora.
No, it's Lazadorite.
Lazadorite.
Oh.
It's cute.
She's got you there.
Happy birthday, Mr. Krabs.
Happy birthday.
I've got hiccups.
I've got. Hopefully, it depends now. Now I've got the issues with the car, but hopefully at the end of this month we've got a few bits coming because somebody in Coventry's selling their collection.
Oh yeah.
So they've agreed a price with me, and I just what is good with stuff like that is always, if you ever see something like that, always ask. Always ask if you ain't got the cash. Always say like, "Will you hold it for me?" So they've agreed to hold until the end of the month, which is pretty cool. So I've got that coming at the end of the month.
Look, it'll look like this.
Oh, fucking wait!
So what's that going to take your collection up to?
Oh, I don't know.
Too many.
There's 31, including a British adult female.
Oh.
So probably around 160. But we get, if you go over to livefoodsforyou.co.uk and put Scott's Inverts in as a code, you get a discount.
10% off, yeah.
On
plug that little code.
So it does help. It does help. Yeah, I'm going to plug the crap out of it.
Exactly.
Because when I first spoke to the manager there, Luke, he's an absolute top guy. He's funny as fuck. He's up north, so it's Carlton Road. He's one of them. I did say, like, I can't promote your company, unless I think it's decent, no matter what a discount you give my subscribers.
Well,
Do you know what I mean?
exactly.
If it's shit, I can't. And he's always been absolutely bang on.
Yeah.
One of the subscribers, I think there's something like 80 or well, it's probably more than that now. There's a lot of orders gone through with the Scots Inverts code. One had an issue, and the person that had the issue messaged me. I messaged Luke, and he went, "Tell him I'll sort it out tomorrow." And he said he resent the full order again the following day. And
Oh, nice.
I think a part of being a company, I think, is if there's an issue, is solving it quick and fast.
Yeah, exactly.
The longer a company leaves it, the further away from that company I go. Do you know what I mean? Because I think, well,
yeah.
I'm promoting
Somebody's
you.
paid for a service that you've not provided correctly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'll promote Live Foods for You a lot, and then I'll promote Fantastic Tarantulas, which is Hadley Davis. I'll promote Hadley all day long. He's one of my good mates as well. Do you know what I mean? And he's started up with literally a couple of tarantulas and bred those and moved his way up, and he is captive breeding a lot of the rare stuff. So the way I see it is it stops the imports.
Yeah.
And how got
exactly.
the
capture
wild
of
coming in as well.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which I think is absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. I take my hat off to anybody that tries to prevent captive.
Don't get me wrong.
From wild animals.
Wild caught. As much as it pains me, and it really does pain me to say this, is a necessity in the hobby because
only
that
to
DNA,
an extent.
Yeah. Yes, that DNA. You know. Exactly. You need one mature male. You don't need to go robbing out like a few hundred adult females from out of the wild or anything like that.
I've always had like an idea of a good way that it could work. So say like 5 females and 5 males were taken out of Brazil because this new species had been found. A male and female pair should go to specific breeders that are trusted, that are well known within the hobby, and have been regulated to some sort of degree. I don't know how they go about doing that or whatever like that.
I think it would be unfair to do that. I think it would be better if it went to the scientists. So the scientists bred them, then sold them to the breeders or the shops at a price, because that way the scientists then get funding to be able to carry on doing the work that they're doing in that field.
Yeah.
Okay, it'll put an extra couple of quid on each spider, but in the long run, it'll help it'll help spiders in the wild a lot more, and it helps preserve these areas where they are.
My only thought process with that is
otherwise some breeders are going to almost have a monopoly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, my only thought process behind giving it to scientists is if it is purely for the science purpose and the financial gain of them being able to continue field work, are the tarantulas going to be cared for and bred for to the safest and the best ability for the tarantula? That's my only thought process with that side of it. And I mean, yeah, if they are going to be, and they are going to be not like kept as like science projects basically, then that would make me feel better about it. I know like my thoughts doesn't really wouldn't really make a difference if that's what they decided to do, but that would always be a worry of me, is are they going to be cared for properly and not just used to breed to then pay for the next field trip that they're going to go on.
I think the field trips are necessary because there is a lot of spiders out there, a lot more true spiders that are still, undescribed. So they're known to science, but they're not known to science.
Yeah.
Anton said he's got 2 new snakes coming. I've seen them.
Oh, nice. What
Oh my God.
species?
I'll let Anton tell you because he's quite private about his collection. So, but he may actually turn around and say you'll have to wait to see the pictures go up on his Facebook. Like,
You see, I'm not. I have a Facebook account, but I don't. It's not something that I go on very regularly. I kind of keep an eye on Facebook Marketplace and things like that, but I don't really go on Facebook Marketplace, especially on some of the groups I've been in. I've not really encountered some of the nicest people in those groups.
there's some nice groups out there.
Yeah.
The one I run, along with a couple of the admins in a couple of the moderators in here. If there's any rubbish, I delete it. I just literally, it has to come through one of the moderators before it gets put up on there to start with.
Yeah.
So if it's something that's irrelevant, it'll get deleted. If it's something that's nasty, it gets deleted. If somebody has a go at somebody out of the blue, it gets deleted. If somebody undermines a new starter, it gets deleted. Do you know what I mean? It's just common sense type.
I mean, that sounds like a much better group for especially like newcomers.
So Invert Pets Worldwide is the one that I run, and
Invert Pets Worldwide.
Yeah, it's a bit quiet at the moment because I ain't been feeling great mentally, so I kind of stepped away from it a little bit the last couple of months. But I do plan to get back on it and do some stuff. And then Flawless Fangs, who is Troy, who is in the chat, he is like he'll have a little chuckle, but he's like a little bitch. And that is almost a private joke between me, him, and Dale. But he runs Tiny Teas, which is another tarantula group, and there ain't no crap in that neither.
Oh, good.
So Acid Reptiles in the house. I don't delete your posts. We've got the invert one. If it's not invert related on Invert Pets Worldwide, then 9 times out of 10 it gets deleted. Unless I've posted one of my snake videos up on there, then it's admin's priority. But we have got the reptile and invert coalition group as well. You can post all your reptile stuff over there. There is another really nice group which Stacey runs, JJ West, and for the life of me, I can't remember the name of it.
Invert Scales and Fluffy Tails.
Yeah, Amphibians, Scales and Fluffy Tails. That's the one.
So I don't know if you've seen them, but have you seen? I'm gonna butcher the name now and completely say it wrong. It's not. I want to say Creature Cribs, but that doesn't seem right. Tarantula Cat unboxes a lot of their enclosures, and I don't think they ship to the UK, but they're like acrylic enclosures with like slidey across lids. Do you know where anywhere in the UK I can get enclosures to that?
Mantis Den do acrylic.
So there's Tropical Factory.
Tropical Factory.
Okay.
Acid Reptiles has just put an order in for a Viv from somewhere because he had a bad experience with. Oh, Acid, who did you have that bad experience with, and who have you gone to, mate, this time? Yeah, Bailey Doug says Mantis Den, but me and Bailey have both mentioned this before. With Mantis Den enclosures, when you put them together, you mean the tarantula crib one, says Invite Laws.
That's it. Yeah.
You do have to seal them. There you go. Mantis Den do acrylic, but you must seal them in his opinion. in Andrew's opinion.
So there's not really. So there's not really anything very, very similar to tarantula cribs then.
I don't know because I don't follow Tarantula Cat.
Oh right.
Nothing personal. It's just I find it difficult to sort of keep up with everybody that is subscribed to him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So kind of, yeah. Invert laws. Peter, he might well know. Acid Reptile says Komodo make a similar glass one with the sliding too. Is it sliding front doors or sliding top?
No, it's a sliding top, and they do some that kind of they've got like little things on 3 of the sides that the top slides into, and some of them it's just magnet. So on the smaller ones it's just a magnet that like holds it together.
See, the Komodo glass ones, they've got a mesh on top, and that just slides in and then clicks in, slides back out. Acid says Pro Vids, don't touch them. Try IM cages. Yeah, Pro Vivs. He put a video out because he'd had a bad experience. So I asked a couple of friends. One person's ordered from them; they've been completely fine. But then my other friend, who knows a lot of people in the reptile hobby, she was like, she just gave me case after case after case where it was just like all bad. In fact, Acid, if you drop me a message after this live stream, mate, I'll I'll something to tell you on that company. I generally like the Mantis Den ones. Just leave yourself. Prep time, says Bailey's blog. Yeah, the Mantis Den acrylic ones, they're cut to size, and then where the size join, they've got like a
tiny little gap.
Tiny little plastic bits where the screws on the outside go into them, so it holds them together that way. Pretty funky idea. There you go. Anton says, I use Pro Viv, and I've been spot on.
That's another very good one.
I guess it all just depends. Some of them, I mean, Exoterra had a similar sort of thing where some of their like a line they put out was faulty. Some of their doors. Oh no, it wasn't Exoterra. I'm lying. It was. Oh, what are they called? The wooden Vivs that they only sell them in America, but we're like the wooden, the bamboo, and the vinyl and.
Darren's had something similar on TSS on the Spider Shop.
Oh, is there?
But I mean, it's like Andrew says, the Mantis Den ones are pretty cool because they come flat pack, so you build them yourself.
That's a little bit of a little bit fun. So far,
Polycusplatatus, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Well, Fantasy Gecko says Zen Habitats.
That's it. There we go.
Anton uses their
names for stuff.
Pro Vivs. He uses their PVC Vivs.
Yeah. They don't ship to the UK from what I've seen. But they had a line out. It was the 2x2x4, so it like the ones that were 4 tall. And the way some of their doors opened, the acrylic door would just fall out of the hinge, and they didn't bother sending replacement doors out. People were expected to either fix it themselves or replace the door themselves, which I think's not a very good company move. Oh, someone's popular.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Oh no, you don't need to say sorry.
It's my cousin. He keeps sending me thumbs up all the time.
Just spammed with the thumbs.
Yeah, he does this it's really cute though. He does this random thing where either he spams me with thumbs or he spams me with them gifts.
Oh.
Lizzie's just said, well, Scott, I'm sorry to say the only problem I've had with live foods for you I've been when they sent fruit flies that sent Chris, and they still haven't hatched. I did raise it with them. Yeah, Lizzie, it can take 2 to 4 weeks for them to hatch. How warm? Oh, sorry, Peter. I thought that was Lizzie there. Peter says, how warm you've been keeping them can take months for them to hatch if it's cold. But with live foods, if you drop them a message, I always ask for a mature culture. So when I get it, there's always flies that are actively flying around. Because if you just order a fly culture, you always get literally just a box full of eggs.
Scott, did Tara just show you the other babe I'm getting?
Oh, that's pretty.
So does anybody have any suggestions for my first tarantula that webs a lot? Like what I should go for?
Chromata palma, cayenne pubescens, green bottle blue.
Oh yeah.
I would disagree. I think they're boring.
They're not boring.
They're completely boring.
If you take a picture of a green bottle blue and turn the flash down slightly, it looks amazing on your Facebook. Bailey's Bug Blogs just says the GBB or the D Pentalorus. That's a good shout. And Invert Law says the Eninci, the Eninci gold or the olive. The gold look.
See,
So,
I really want.
I'd say OBT, but that's only.
I really want an OBT, but I don't think I'm fully prepared for that right now.
Don't even worry about it. I had an OBT sling. I think it was my 5th or 6th spider, and the way the shop sold it to us was it's an OBT. I weren't into them, and it was Tyler actually at KBO. She went because she knew us quite well anyway. She was just like, it's a fucking mad, crazy bastard thing. Flies here, does it? I was like, yeah, I'll have it. And I think it was only like £6. And then I ended up buying another 6.
Yeah, I think I don't. You see, I don't know with an OBT whether I'd go for a sling and then it's little and it's growing up with me and I can get used to it gradually, or if the many different rehouses would intimidate me too much and I'd just want to buy an adult straight away. But then that first rehouse would be petrifying.
How about New World? Apart from the GBB, probably not everybody's first choice when you think of webbing, but Pseudomopea Emernia. The females web quite a lot. WS Pentalorus webs quite a bit and is pretty easy to keep, says Acid. Yeah. My adult female G Rose. Oh, nice, Darren. Very jealous of that one, my man. G Rose has webbed up the entire floor of their enclosure. And then Bailey says, get an Alphalax and pretend it's a tarantula. Don't. Alphalax, they've got a bite like a pokey and they're the fastest living thing on the planet.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good, thanks. But
they are rapid. You blink and they have just gone boom.
I'm also blind as a bat, so that wouldn't. I don't think that'd be a great combination.
If you want something that's really webbing, really colourful like a GBB, you could also get the Diothelys dianamensis. That one is a little bit more active than a GBB. Same pretty colours, but is more active, more responsive, and will give you a good time.
That's Andrew.
Oh my god!
And that's the Alphalax he's referring to.
Wow. You see, that's. I mean, and I know it means that you're very rarely gonna see it, but like I just really the main reason that it fascinates me so much.
That's his cum face. I always
I really want to dangle
always
some
pick
prey
Andrew.
on the web and just watch it emerge by its little feet. Like that's every time like that. I think it's just so cute. The little paws are just like the cutest little things.
And why don't you get an avic? Because avics do that, and they're quite pretty in colour. Make sure you have plenty of ventilation. If I get my words out.
Or a Carabiner Versicola. Just don't go for the swing. Just go for a juvenile or an adult, and you'll be fine.
And you don't have to worry about it getting you for a rehouse because they might go for a straw, but that's about it.
Just don't pour water in there. No tomorrow. You only need to keep it damp, and that's it. With some holes in the side of the enclosure. It's happy days.
I mean, I do need to invest in a straw. I got myself a cute little paintbrush, and I love my little paintbrush.
See, Ashley's just dropped one in there, and I had one, and it was a long time ago, and I sold it, and to this day, I'm still pissed off with myself at selling the adult female that I had. But he says a Dolichothelli diamantinensis. It's like a posh version of the GBB.
That's what I just the Diothelli dianamensis.
I miss mine like no tomorrow. I sold it like a complete fucking dickhead about 3 years ago now. My God, biggest mistake of my spider keeping career. Anton is still looking for dwarfs that he likes.
I really want a velvet spider and a jumping spider. I'm not quite sure which species and genus of each, but
the velvet spider, I'd probably say don't bother. Jumping spider, go for what? P. regius. Because they're a decent size. A velvet spider, they're that tiny. You know, you almost need a microscope to see them.
Oh, yeah, with my bad eyesight, it'd just be like a walking scribble. Sorry, that came out like a child.
Anton, he keeps about Harry Potter.
Anton keeps green tree pythons, but he's moving into spiders. He wants some dwarf spiders. So if anybody in the chat has got any dwarfs or know of any sort of dwarf tarantulas that are for sale in the UK, I'll put you in touch with him. Anton is such a nice geezer. It'd be nice to hook him up in the right direction. Do you know what I mean? Bailey's bug blocks.
I'd love to about velvet. Green tree python in real life.
Oh, here's Jason. Boom, the other after Spider Mum. Hey Scotty, I've been looking forward to your stream coming on today, buddy. Damn good to see you, buddy. Thank you so much, Jason. It will be getting a bit X-rated in a minute or two. I think we'll pull that one out of the bag.
Jason.
Yeah.
Jason.
I mean, when people find out, they tend to have a lot of questions. So,
right. What I'm going to suggest now, well, I'm not going to suggest it. I'm going to tell you dead straight. If you're under the age of 18, I need you to leave the chat because the adult conversation is now going to come into play.
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock, guys. It's if we were in a pub, you'd have to leave.
And it's highly X-rated, but it is 2021.
Scott, you're not
going to make her black.
Lizzie's just sent me that.
Oh wow!
Another webbed up.
Oh, I've like I said, I've not got my glasses on, so it took me a minute. But yeah, I love watching feeding videos where the roach is just like it's playing the little guitar on the web, and then the little paws just come out, and then boom, it's dead. I just think it's so cute. I just can't help it.
Like you definitely need an avic.
I need something that's gonna web up a lot, or even if it was just like, I like it when there's just like a thin layer of web on the floor as well, and like when the roach moves, it's like its legs getting stuck slightly, and then I need more tarantulas, and I knew it was a slippery slope when I got my first couple.
What ones have you got?
I think I'm good for scorpions though.
What tarantulas?
Yeah, I definitely think I'm good for scorpions. So I have an LP. An LP. Okay, I was thinking banana again, and I have an Ace of Money.
Oh, okay. I don't have a Samani yet.
That's it currently. I did have. I always forget the species, but it was a Colombian large. Let me see if I can find the species, because I know that doesn't really help. I mean, it might do to.
It's not the red leg, is it?
Brilliant people of the tarantula world, but it's difficult. It's not great for me. So it was a.
Oh, that the picture that Lizzie sent is Chilibrachia suani.
Oh.
She just sent
Ooh.
me one. That looks like an amazing background. Got a lot of love and respect for Lizzie. Lovely, lovely lady. Both old world Africans, interesting and different. Haplo plus.
All right.
Ellie finished the feeding. Pumpkin patch. Have all the children left the chat?
I'm still here.
Hold on.
I need to put my glasses on so I can read this. I can read my phone.
Oh.
Are you going to bed?
No, it's a burger.
Oh, burgers. Oh, yay. Thank you. Okay, no worries. Sorry, I've got. Are you going to think it's rude if I just sit here and eat my burgers?
I need a boyfriend like that.
Oh, that's very hot.
Max says this is an
It's very
awful
hot,
lot
so
of
I'm
fun
gonna have
to
to
chat
leave it for a minute.
about OF guys. He's got the photo of doing some pink leg dwarfs. Maybe is interested in them slings. Anton?
How do you eat burgers like that and stay so skinny?
I don't know. I don't know how to do it.
I mean, pole fitness, yoga,
Yeah, fitness is not that.
dancing to a RuPaul's Drag Race lip sync songs.
And I can't get that skinny.
I mean, I have quite a high metabolism, which always helps. And right, I'm not. This is by no means me saying that I'm fat, but I like sugar. I really, really like sweets and chocolate and biscuits and sugar. So
go
over
back
the past
to
year,
going back to addictions.
Okay.
Sugar and addictions are highly linked together. You know.
Who are shorts? Harry Potter.
Yeah, if I don't, yeah, my shorts are Harry Potter. If I don't have sugar, I get so moody, and it's so bad, and I don't mean to do it, but I can't help it. And I've literally the bottom bit of my stomach here sticks out so much more than this bit here, and this is all my sugar and my sweets and my chocolate.
Sticking out. I need to starve myself.
I would rather my whole belly stick out as much as the bottom bit than it go I'd rather it all stick out that length than it looks like a slide. And it bothers me so much. But I don't want to stop eating sugar, so Catch 22.
I gave up caring what I look like after having my third child.
She says that. Tyra's just got like a flat stomach.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
that. She's got like a mini gymnast thing going on.
I'm getting jealous
Right.
now.
Well,
Fit women you're bringing on stream, Scott.
sorry.
So I'm getting jealous now with all these fit women you're bringing on stream. First Tara, now Abby. Who else are you bringing on?
No, you careful, Abby. Next, she'll be sending you pictures of her boobs.
Hold on. See, you were the first one. You were the first one. You and Spider-Man.
what?
You cut out a little bit then, Scott. What did you say?
I said you and Spider-Man were the first women on the live stream.
Oh.
Well, exactly. No one's gonna take your place. Like there's just no there's only last place from there.
No, I got far too much love for Ellie and Spider-Man and respect for them both for that.
Exactly. Like they've won at place number 1. That's it. Everybody else comes in like below that. No matter what. You won at place number 1. That's it. That's the only thing that needs to be said. You were OG.
So the X-rated stuff, seeing as a lot of the lads are quite probably just want to hear what it is. I have checked YouTube and all that crap, so we're completely fine to say OnlyFans. We're completely fine to say everything comes out for money and all the rest of it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
okay, that's fine. I mean, I'll probably. I'm very used to referring to it as Shrek's work rather than like sex work, and I refer to myself as an accountant or an entrepreneur. That's a good one. If anybody has any questions, then.
So when you're doing your OnlyFans, Abigail,
a lot of people are one of the first things.
One of the what? Sorry.
Is it what? Sorry.
I says, is it a case of?
You cut out a little bit. You said.
Sorry. On your OnlyFans, do you get everything out? Is it costume play? Is it PVC play? Toys involved? What happens?
So the way it works is it's a monthly subscription to enter like an Instagram feed type situation. So the monthly subscription price is $9.99, just because it looks a little bit cheaper than $10 for some reason. Like it's just that's the little bit of a marketing technique, as a lot of shops use that as well. But so then that gives you access to a feed of photos and videos that I choose to post directly to a feed. It then gives you access to direct messages with me, where most of the time it's a topless good morning photo and like a little message saying hi, well, like what you doing today, like hope you're having a nice day, kind of thing, you know, like just a good morning message, like, and then maybe once a week.
Abigail,
also
that bit's boring.
Yes.
What's that bit's boring? What's the videos you do where the bloke's literally like, oh my god, here we go.
Okay, so the videos and the photos that get posted directly to the feed consist of lingerie, nudity. If my bum looks really good in a pair of shorts or a pair of like that, like it's explicit. The photos that get posted there are explicit photos. It does include toys sometimes. But like, so explicit videos and things like that are sent out as a pay-per-view message. So to access most of the explicit videos of like that extra part costs more because each video is I'm like thinking of what can be said and what to refrain from saying. So videos like that tend to cost extra, but they're not expensive extras. But if you didn't want to pay for those extras, then what's posted on the feed, I mean, I don't mean to like blow my own trumpet or anything, but toot.
Do you make enough so you don't?
That's not something you have to. Pardon?
I said, do you make enough of it where you wouldn't need another income? Could you live off what you make off that before it happened? Not that, I mean, you don't have to say what you get or anything like that. It's just...
Yeah. So a couple of months ago, my mental health took quite a massive dip, and I stopped it for a few months. I was very self-conscious and things like that, and it's something that I just decided I wanted to stop for a few months. And so since starting back up, it's probably been maybe 2 months. So it's still in the like everybody finding out that I'm back to work, etc. But yeah, from what I was making previously, as soon as it gets back to that, then yeah, it's it also means that.
Does it all start?
Does it all what? Sorry.
Does it all start and end with OnlyFans?
So I suffer with mental health, so I get a disability allowance from the government every week.
Oh no, I mean,
I'm entitled to.
The explicit work, does it all start with OnlyFans and end with OnlyFans?
So since starting back up, I haven't got fully. Okay, well, I won't mention the break, but I used to have a submissive who was into financial domination. So if I ignored him for him to get me to message him back, he'd send me money, and he enjoyed things like that. So there is also that sort of aspect, and there are a couple of other websites that I'm thinking of also joining, but haven't so far. So currently, yeah, the not suitable for work content starts and ends with OnlyFans, unless somebody can't have an OnlyFans for some reason. Pardon?
Bye, Max.
Max is leaving. Thank you so much, Max. See you later.
See you later, Max.
Did your boyfriend get involved?
He did the last time I did it, but due to his mental health and his work schedule at the minute, he hasn't done since I restarted my account. But he's not like he doesn't. It's not something he wants to do. Like, it's not a job career he wants to go down currently. In the future, it's possible because he's a very good-looking guy. He'd make a killing in the gay, with gay men and women. So he'd make an absolute killing on there. But at the moment, it's not something he wants to do.
Because you're bisexual, aren't you?
I am, yes.
So have you got girls that come on with you as well?
Well, because I'm in a monogamous relationship, if I was to collaborate with anybody, it would be like photo sets, and maybe it'd go as far as like a video of us spanking each other's bums. But I'm in a happy monogamous relationship, so.
As far as like the physical contact on the videos goes with another woman or another man, is it just spanking and it ends there, or is it just?
Well, I mean, I've never collaborated with anybody in my OnlyFans career other than my partner. So I've never done any collaborations. But yeah, if I was to ever collaborate I'd never collaborate with another man out of respect for my partner. But if I was ever to do any photo shoots with girls, that's as far as it'd go. Like some photo shoots in lingerie and maybe spank on the like a video of bum spanks. There'd be nothing sexual because, like I said, I'm in a happy monogamous relationship, and regardless of whether it was just for work, it doesn't feel right to. That's just not.
Does it feel like work? Does it get a bit like, here we go again? There you go.
If I have a few down days, if my mental health takes a couple of turns for the worse for a couple of days, then yeah, it does, like posting about it, like posting selfies and like just keeping everything upgoing. It does feel like a lot of work sometimes, but I can just go, well, sod it. It's not like I'm going to get fired. I can just come away from it for a day, and it's only me that's going to lose out. But
I suppose, I mean, just trying to put myself in your position. Like, do you know when you're getting ready and you're like, you're almost sort of, putting the makeup on and everything else? Do you literally feel like an empowered princess?
Yeah, like it's in a world that, let's be honest, porn has been free for a very long time on the internet due to websites like Pornhub and things like that. But a lot of that content is actually stolen, and there's a lot of very, 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 very messed up things still available on those websites. I've
looked. I mean, I had a porn addiction years and years and years ago, but those websites that you're looking at now, a lot of the girls are trafficked. A lot of them aren't willing.
There's a lot of underage girls on there.
There's girls that are underage that you don't even know.
You don't know whether you.
There's a lot of guys and girls getting off on stuff that is actually
stolen,
although it's out as being legal.
Like 99% of the time, it's all stolen content. It's a lot. There's a lot of forcing on there, and because of people still using it and still wanting to access and still accessing that site, there is still a want and a need for it. Whereas a website like OnlyFans has an 18 plus limit. You have to show ID. It has to be verified. 99% of the time, it gets declined the first time, and you have to then add an extra bit of information just so that it's
100% legal.
Yeah, like you know for a fact that it's not some kid on there using a stolen card, or I mean, it could be somebody over the age of 18 using a stolen card, but there's not kids that are able to access that website, because for the website we mentioned a minute ago, usually a thing that pops up saying, "Are you 18?" All you've got to do is press yes, I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I remember being very, very young and going on one of those websites for the first time. I was petrified to press yes, I am, because what if they wanted ID and they just didn't? And like I was a very young child at that point and could access it so easily.
When it all first come out, and I'm talking sort of 22 years ago, there was a website called bangedup.com which was completely free. Everything was free. The problem was the internet wasn't regulated then, right? So it had suicide videos on there, real life suicide. It had like the two guys, one cup, stuff like that. Far worse, all back then. But then it also had a lot of porn on there. So what happened? Oh, this is my theory anyway. What happened then was, I think you had guys doing what they were doing and girls, and then clicking next onto the next video, and then suddenly they're cranking one off to a suicide video, and then they've got to click next to get onto another one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's come a long way, but
I mean, it's sad to say
far enough yet.
A lot of people on the internet unknowingly have probably masturbated to an underage girl,
who they don't know is underage, but it's out there on the internet, like, and it's easy. It's a lot easier than you think to access. And it's why when people like give me stick for what I do, it's regulated. Like, there are rules to it. Even as me, I can't just post whatever I want. There are still rules that I have to follow.
But Bailey's just said it's a lot safer what you're doing, because he used to go out as a dancer back in the day, and he said the pressure she had to entertain clients was immense. I've also had a couple of good friends, literally, God knows where they are now because of drugs and stuff, and the drugs came basically from the hours that they were working. They did cam girls, so in the middle of town there was a little office set up, and then people would pay and would pay and would pay, and the girls would then be on the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, her sister's done that as well. But then,
I mean, my auntie was an escort years ago.
There's a lot of drugs and stuff like that in the background. And then I used to know a dancer that was at Legs 11 in Birmingham. And away from that, she was just like you, completely normal. You'd never know all the rest of it. It was just a job. But the clients did a lot of coke, so she got on the coke and stuff like that. And then they'd put heroin in with what she was taking as well, just to drug her up, so she'd go that extra bit.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I ain't got a clue where she is now, like, but yeah, right. Tara's sister's a sex worker, isn't she?
It's real legitimate work. It's not illegal. It's not illegal. I am my own boss.
It's the oldest business in the world selling sex.
Exactly. Before we had computer techs, and there was no computers. What do you think? A lot of women that had grown up, and the mum had died, and their dad had abandoned them, and it was the bloody 1700s. What do you think they had to do to survive? Like,
it must stop. It must stop a lot of abuse, physical abuse to women, especially if a single dodgy geezer has access to porn. Do you know what I mean? So they can satisfy themselves that way. But then something that I thought about, like, especially like when you first said, is, I mean, this is just going to turn everybody off instantly, but my parents were still doing what they were doing in their 60s, but they got porn. And the whole idea of the porn and stuff, it got my stepdad in the mood, and everything worked. And it got my mum in the mood, and everything worked. You know, and they do love each other, but after, I don't know, 35, 40 years, you know, it worked for them. So it does work, and it helps. I think as for much as it can split people up, it can also keep people together. But I can certainly understand, why it splits people up. I mean, it's all right saying people get insecure and all this, that, and t'other, but Tyra walks down the street.
The way I look at it is, my heart belongs to my partner.
Thinks he's good looking. I'll be like, yeah, sound. But then if Tyra's walking down the street and he's literally staring at some guy with his cock out, I'd be a bit more like, what the fuck are you looking? Do you know what I mean? I'd be a bit more like, what are you doing?
When have I ever done that?
You haven't, but
exactly.
My whole heart belongs to my partner. I love my partner to pieces. And that's not going to change. He loves me, and it's something that helps me deal with some of my demons. It's a way that I can earn money on my own time. So if my health, I do have quite severe mental health. But if my mental health takes a turn, like it has done the last few days, while I've had no hot water and no heat, and I've felt like a tramp sat under bathrobes and blankets with no heating, it's not like I've had a boss that I've had to ring and explain that my mental health's taken a turn, because a lot of employees don't understand that. it's not a viable excuse.
Is it relaxing?
I wouldn't say it's relaxing, but
Feel the pressure? Do you feel the pressure like to?
no, because I can just completely step away. If I really want, like, if it ever got that bad, I can just step away, and I have that ability. Does that make sense?
Liz has just said sex works in the Bible, so it just shows how old it is. Well, yeah, because the person to discover Jesus Christ. Oh shit! The person to discover Jesus being resurrected was a female prostitute.
Yeah.
So the first person to spread the word of God for the New Testament was actually a female prostitute.
Mm.
So it always amazes me to buy like a lot of stuck up. I mean, I'm Christian myself, but then there's a lot of stuck up Christians that will look down their nose at, you know, street workers and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, hold on a minute, you hypocritical twat. Let me just point some things out to you. I was involved with God Squad for a good while, especially when I was coming off drugs and stuff like that. And they really, really respect women and all the rest of it, and do a lot of outreach work as well, because they said, well, you know, the first people to spread the word of God were people that were, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think sex works is in a lot of the old Victorian films, and going further back than that as well. You always see country westerns is massively famous for it, because the whole brothel is the pub downstairs, and then there's 2 floors above. You've always got the balconies with the girls.
Yeah,
in,
right.
In a lot of western films.
I'm just gonna have to get my hoodie. I've got a crop top on, but the way I'm sat, it'll look like a vest top, and I know you've got a vest top on, so it'll be fine. Now it looks like a vest top. There we go.
Flawless fang. Show your age there, Scott. Mate, I am 42. I don't pretend to be any younger, mate. Tara's the young one. She's what?
I mean, you cut off a second there. I didn't hear you.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, sex work's got to be literally sex sells. I think women through sex have got a lot of power. Oh, everybody. I think, but you see it on billboards, don't you? Here's the latest fragrance, but let me just put a number there first to show you the bottle. It's always the same. Or then, like when I was doing bodybuilding as well, a lot of the magazines, you'd always see a guy. It was photoshopped, but you didn't realise it at the time, with the perfect 8-pack and everything, and then they're stood holding up like, you know, a protein shake or something, and all the rest of it. Do you know what I mean? So sex does sell. It always will as well. I think. As long as there's hormones in the world, it's always going to sell.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, Scott.
I mean, perfume companies.
Sorry?
I said I need to go now.
Yeah. I mean, like perfume companies, and sex has nothing to do with perfume.
I'm struggling to get up.
I said sex has nothing to do with perfume.
Hold on. All right, night, Ellie.
Night. Bye, Abby.
Take care.
See you later.
Night. It was lovely to speak to you.
Nice to speak to you too. Thank you.
Oh, Anton says, to earn a month's wage, how many hours do you need to work doing OnlyFans?
Pardon?
I suppose that's a really difficult question to answer. I know if I'm all right, mate. You okay? Anton says, to earn a month's wage, how many hours do you need to work doing OnlyFans? I suppose that just depends on how much cash you want.
So it all depends. Yeah, exactly. So it depends how many subscribers you get in a month, how many tips you make in that month, because people can tip just for enjoying a picture, blah, blah, blah. How many extra messages on top of that you sell. So it all just depends, because I mean, as a male creator, you tend to prepare slightly less. So you've not got to, or you don't have to necessarily put makeup on. Whereas a lot of female creators will do to accentuate the lingerie chosen. So there's that time that you can decide how long it is or how short you decide to do that. So it all just depends on how much you decide to work as the creator. You've got promotion on top of that and marketing. You've got there's so much that goes into it that you wouldn't necessarily think that does. There's the photo taking, then the editing, the upload time. So it all just depends on how much work you want to put into.
I know how much work
set,
it takes just to put one video up on YouTube. Do you know what I mean? But then, how do you go about
I know some
marketing
bigger creators have assistants
promoting
that they will get to do their promoting and their marketing, so they don't need to spend that time doing.
How do you
promote
exactly?
It?
And how do you market it?
Like you've got to
wait,
wait depending on the length of time of the video or how many photos you're uploading. So I have a Twitter. So I have a Twitter that I promote it on, and an Instagram page specifically for promoting. I use my TikTok. I mean, all of my links are now in like a link. So you click one link and then it takes you to a page where it has all of my links. So anytime I put that link anywhere, I'm like promoting my page.
Oh, I got ya. I suppose, especially with stuff like TikTok, I suppose you've got to be careful with how you direct people to that, though, haven't you? Oh, have you froze, or is it this end? Is it me that's frozen? Oh. I don't know what's gone on there. Hopefully Abigail would come back. It's probably what normally happens to me, which is the battery dies on my phone. Is normally the reason I have to disappear for a couple of seconds. I was like, oh my God. The reason I thought it was me is because this is the first live that I've done where I've managed to get a camera for, well, a USB camera to actually work on my laptop. My standalone camera is apparently supposed to be able to work on the lives and stuff like that, but I can't get it to hook up correctly yet. Oh, the site has crashed. She says, "Okay, just follow the link again, and you should be all good to go." Because it's working down this end. Sometimes it happens just purely because of the internet route, and it does for me here sometimes. Just see what's going on. My comments ain't come up properly. Give me a minute. Keep trying. Okay, so Scott's Inverts. What was it like fighting alongside Captain America in the war? Bailey thinks I look like something from out of World War One. It's oh god, what's his name now? That geezer that Wolverine fights. Who's got the beard? Is this? I might do that. I might have this bit and just go for that bit. A bit like what's his name? Oh, the Wolverine's arch enemy, that geezer. They fought together, didn't they? And then he ended up going onto the side. Oh, Jason, no worries, mate. That's a shame. Sabretooth. Growing a tash like the guy out of Jumanji. Troy, we had a tosh. We used to do the Toshy Twizzler. This bit come down and it used to come out like that, out the sides. And then obviously we shaved it off. Waff. It's Taco Tuesday. We had kebab. It was banging. But yeah, my car is the reason why the live was late starting, because I was phoning up my mate who's looking at it and it's fucked, and I've got to get another one, and I've got shows coming up, and it's like I can't really afford it, but we'll see. So if I go, oh no, that's the wrong one. Yeah, I know, Troy, but then it's the cost of getting that done again. There is one available. But then it's the cost of getting it tinted. But then it's a decent car. It's just the lacquer's peeled on the bonnet, so I'd have to get that covered up first. Boom! Just put the link in the chat if anybody wants to pop on. Try closing the browser down and reopening it. Kebabs are awesome. Tacos are banging. It's just Tyra don't like the tacos very much at all as it goes. unfortunately. So what has everybody been doing? What's everybody been up to? Is anybody getting anything new this week? We are going to be closing the stream down in about 15 minutes, about 11 o'clock as per normal, because then that gives us an hour before I've got to get to bed and all then. Busy day tomorrow. What are you up to, Troy? Who's still in the chat, actually? It says there's 17 watching. Bailey's book blog's got work. Lizzie says you grew it back quite quickly. It's been about a month and a half growing. EOS M6 MK2 here. You off to Milton Keynes, Andrew? That's not too far away from where I am. Work up at 5 p.m. Not ordering new camera stuff. Oh, nice, Bailey's book blog. Very, very nice. Ooh, camera buyer. When Bailey's book blog buys a camera, it's going to be a good one. Troy's going to be cleaning his mum's car, going to see Dad at hospital. How is your dad doing now, Troy? Anton needs a new lens. Oh, P4. Preston. Play Dead. Recently rehoused my first GBB into its final enclosure. He kicked hair at me. The bug up. But you did it. All the new ones flick hair about. I find the Lazadora and the Theraposas to be my worst nightmare is the hairs off those. He's on a normal ward now. That's fantastic news, mate. That really is good news. I've got work tomorrow. I think. Where is it? Where am I off tomorrow? It's about half an hour away from here. So for me, it'll be literally out the door by 7:30. Just got an awesome new tripod. Mine was like 20 quid, just Amazon Basics one. It's all right though. Just got an awesome. Bailey Tri extension tubes can be just good as macro lens, and they're like 20 quid. So my macro is I use this one. That's the lens. That's it. These are 50 quid though. Just for that. That's the actual lens. And then you get the adapter. So the macro lens goes like that. But then what is pretty cool is those bits there. Boom. Crack. Go straight onto that. I've probably got no. So when that zooms in like that to see something miles away with a macro lens, anything close up, you get that macro shot with it. It's flipping absolutely awesome. I don't use that one for the videos though. I use another piece of kit with another macro lens again with that camera. I find the only problem with this one is it's all on the card. So you have to take the card out, put it into the computer. With the other one, it's done Wi-Fi. It's a bit easier, but that's quite an old camera. It's a decent one though. Nando's on the maybe list. Heard they have nasty hair. Nando's not too bad. I've just done a video on the Nando's actually. They've got the hairs. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's not for me. They're not as bad as what a Lazadora Kluge is or the Theraposa, but they are irritating no matter how you look on it. Hey Scott, back again. Fantasy Geckos. Hi mate. We'll be at work at 6:45. I'm a joiner furniture maker. Oh, like I said, I've got to go up at probably go about 6:30ish, maybe 6:45. Get ready, get out the door, get in the van for about 7:25, because then that will get me to site for a couple of minutes early. Job done. I have a Canon EOS 1100D. Yeah, I know Bailey's a big Canon fan. That's the Panasonic Lumix. I think it's Panasonic. Yeah, the DMC FZ72. Scott, I got stickers. PM me through our Facebook, and we can arrange the shipping. Oh, sweet as Fantasy Geckos. Yeah, people stickers always go up here, or as you see on the other cabinet as well, man. What subject do you recommend for my curly hair, Scott? I'm using Spider Life, but not sure. To be completely fair, Spider Life is a pretty good shout for a curly hair. I want a good bird lens, but can't justify spending 400 to £1,000. That's what I'm looking at spending on a car. I don't know about a camera lens. But right, I'm gonna shut the stream down because I'm gonna go for a cigarette, go see what Tyra's up to, and chill out before it's bedtime. Oh, Lizzie says that enclosure I showed you earlier. They're being sold in Tesco's as a 1 litre storage container, £3 each. So that's good. All right, night, Anton. But yeah, we shall see you all later. And we'll start closing down. So I'm going to say, night, everybody. Night, Anton. Night, Russell. Night, Moon over Mammy. Night, Bailey's Book Blogs. Night, Fancy Geckos. Night, Lizzie. Night, Spider-Man and Jason, if you're still about as well. Thank you so much for joining. The people that are super chatted, you just blew me away, to say the least. Absolutely blew me away. We've got another channel member as well, which Eddie come on board as another channel member this evening as well, which was absolutely amazing. But thank you so much for watching, being involved with the live, and all the rest of it. And we shall see you again on the next one. See you later, guys.